This is Feed Your Mind. And so the inside of caves may not be what we were told. And so we're also going to cover the veins and arteries of the earth, which is a very interesting name to call, the place where they find gold. And so when you enter a cave and look around with this new information I'm about to share, you might not ever look at the inside of a cave the same again because, there's hypotheses that the inside of caves are the inside of giant creatures that once lived on this earth, most likely way before the flood. And these creatures, some of them could have been humanoid giant Nephilims, and some of them could have been giant beasts of the earth. And so when you go into these cave systems and look around, you see all these strange stalagmites and these weird things growing out of the caves. Well, now you can see that this could possibly be the inside guts of giant creatures. So this hypothesis is pretty disturbing, and it's actually pretty interesting as well, because it kind of makes sense when you start to look at these inside the inside of caves, and you start to look at these pictures again with this new information. It all starts to kind of make sense. And then when you add how gold could be found in the veins of the earth, there is a hypothesis that these giant creatures, their blood was golden. Well, at least some of them. Some of them had golden blood, and they did actually depict this in the newest Thor movie. I believe in the beginning of the movie, there was the villain of the movie who slayed a god, and in the beginning of the movie, this god, like Nephilim, he stood up, he was like a giant, and the villain of the movie, I think his name was Gore or something, he sliced his neck, and then from what I recall, it was gold blood flowing out of his neck. And I think they depicted that a few other times with gold blood flowing out of the so-called gods, which would actually be the fallen ones. So that is pretty interesting how there's this information coming out that some of these giants had gold blood flowing through them. And then we're hearing about how some of these caves, most of them could possibly be the inside guts of creatures. And then we see how gold could be found in what they call veins of the earth. Well, these veins of these cave systems could be the golden blood of the giant Nephilims. And so that's pretty interesting because, like I said in the first video, a lot of people didn't realize that the official scientific narrative of how gold came to the earth was that they're saying gold was formed in stars. And so could there be a link there where some of the fallen stars could possibly be described as the fallen angels, possibly, and some of these fallen stars, because we know from our research that stars are not trillions of miles away. Plus, the Bible says in the end times there's going to be stars that are going to fall down to the earth. So that makes much more sense that stars are not trillions of miles away, but instead above in the firmament area. Because why would stars from trillions of miles away, like what they saying, like a third of them or something or more, whatever they say there's going to be a bunch of stars falling to the earth. Why would stars from all over, from trillions of miles away be focused to fall onto the earth? It makes more sense that they're like chandeliers in the ceiling of the earth. And if they fall down, they would fall right down to the earth. And possibly there could be something to the scientific explanation when you analyze it from this perspective. If it's possible that some of these stars that were fallen in the past could have contained the elements of gold and possibly even other elements like diamonds and gems and stuff, because they did say that the fallen one, Lucifer, was full of gems and precious metals and diamonds and stuff like that. So he was made, they say his body was made up of that stuff. So that could be a clue where when he fell, the other ones could have had possibly a similar type of formation with gems and stuff. So a lot of them were said to have already fallen with him. So that could be where the precious gems and metals comes from, possibly. And also they said that Satan feel like lightning from heaven, and we discussed lightning in a previous video, so make sure you check that out. That's one of my documentary style videos with lots of visuals, and if you haven't checked it out, make sure you give it a watch. But yeah, so as far as the star hypothesis that the scientists are throwing around, when you first hear it, well, when you hear it from their perspective, where they're saying how gold is formed in the stars, it really didn't settle good with me. But when you reanalyze it with this perspective, it could actually make much more sense. So I just wanted to share this update on gold with you and the inside of cave systems, and what do you think about it? I want to know your thoughts on what do you think about the inside of cave systems possibly being the inside of giant creatures, and what do you think about this hypothesis that the giants had golden blood that was in liquid form? So now that it's been petrified and everything, it's, their gold has become a different formation where it's more of a rocky type form now. And so yeah, I kind of like this information. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm also going to leave links if you would like to sign up to my free email newsletters. I'm also going to leave links to my social media, plus my other channels and much more. I'm also accepting $1 donations, well, as little as $1 donations, if you would like to support this channel and help keep Feed Your Mind online. You're going to also be helping me get much more documentary style videos out. That's about it. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.